Hear me out, hear me out. It's all the things you never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart so slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you and I'm the only one.
Madrid divided.
Bienvenidos al partido de hoy.
Atletico go
Hoy se
toe-to-toe.
enfrentan el Real Madrid
And the match
y
day
el
noise
Atlético de
at
Madrid.
this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. This is always a game of consequence.
Well, I for one don't think that just because there's nothing resting on it, Peter, a game can lose its edge, and certainly not when you're facing opponents like this. So I hope the players will approach this with real professionalism.
Already we're underway here. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this? Whistle's gone, that's foul. Griezmann! Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
That was beautiful. Something close to
Gol del Atlético
genius.
de Madrid. Marcó en el minuto 9 el dorsal 7.
So the game's
Griezmann.
first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Mbappe. Valverde. Is there any support? He might not need it. Jimenez did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Rodrigo. And they can counter here. Llorente. Molina. Llorente. Alvarez. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Oh, he's found support out wide. Koke. Clearly not happy with that. Succumbs to the pressure. Camavinga. Good purposeful running this. Plays a delicate ball. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Tchouaméni. Gomis. Thinks one through. Oh, he's found him in... And a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Okay, it's come to nothing, but it's a warning of further threat on the break.
Valverde. Camavinga. Carvajal. Eder Militao. Tchouaméni. Rudiger.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Vinicius Junior. He's had a shot! Good effort, and it is right on half-time. So the end of the first half, both teams have had their moments. There's been no shortage of talking points, but there has been just one goal, and that is the state of it at the break. 1-0.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Real Madrid really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Plays it through. Lino has it out wide and in space. Rudiger can get it clear.
Yeah, it looks like a change of approach, and it may just freshen things up.
Out to the right. And that's a good ball. Lino. Nino.
La asistencia a este partido asciende a 80.607 espectadores.
Griezmann. Vinicius Junior. That's an excellent interception. That's going to go a long way. Camavinga, chipped through. Chouameni. Oh, smashing header! No, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases your chances of the ball being met like that by someone.
Out to the left it goes. Always onto this. Alvarez! Should have been two.
Well, he's definitely kept the side in the game then. That's really good positioning. They could have doubled their lead there.
Chouameni moved on forwards. Rodrigo. It's Rodrigo! Oh my word, that is quite something! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Do not write them off. Back they come. He just absolutely speared that in.
Is it just me, or did he make that look very, very easy?
En el minuto 84,
composure from him. He finished with
el
such a
dorsal 11.
Some activity down on the touchline. There's going to be a change.
Well, with the introduction of such a tall lad now, we may well see a more predictable, lofty route forward, but it's still very hard to deal with that, you know, if they can affect it right.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, that goal just serves to give them the momentum and psychological edge now at this stage, but for me, they've got to chase a winner.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here.
Referee look